Hi everybody, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts, and today we are going to do a altered tin. This is an oval tin, and I recently acquired this. It was in some of my father-in-law's things, and it was just a simple little tin. He had some little things in it, and you know, it wasn't anything crazy, so I went ahead and I painted it, and we are going to alter it today. Now you can see this is a very old tin. It's been around a lot of years, and so I will be putting this in my Etsy shop when I get it done, but whoever buys it, if it happens to be one of y'all, you have to know it's old, and it can't be any better than it is right now. I was thinking about trying to figure out how to line it, and I may try and do that after the fact. If I do, I will absolutely show you before I sell it off in my Etsy store. So yeah, I cleaned it out with alcohol and all that good stuff, so it is clean. It's just old. It's antique. So let's see, what was it? Drosty? I think it had some kind of cookies or something in it at one time. We had some oval tins like this at work. A little bit bigger, but cool oval tins, and they had cookies in them, and I thought about buying one or two of them because they weren't that expensive, just so that I could take the cookies out and alter them. And if we still have them, I might do that depending on how this turns out. I think this is going to be absolutely gorgeous, you guys. If I am being truthful, I think it's going to be really, really nice. So anyway, say hey to Abby. Abby's here with us today. She's going to watch over everything I do and bring good luck and good blessings to this project. So I want to ask you all, please, 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 at some point during this video, if you would give it a thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate it, and make a comment at the end of the video. Let me know how you liked this box, and if you'd like to see me do more or less of these. I really, really enjoy doing these. This is probably one of my favorite things to do, is to shabby chic something up. And today we're going to use a combination of colors. We're going to use white, blue, and pink. And I know that might go against the grain on some people's brains, but for me, I think blue and pink are two colors that go well together if they are properly placed. So I have some embellishments over here and over here, and so we're just going to take this and run with it, you guys. I can't wait to get this one done. I just really quick want to show you guys. This was a box that Jeff made. Super beautiful. It's a kind of a light oak, I think, not oak, a light walnut is I think what it is. And I'm just noticing the grain has stood up on it a little bit. I probably need to sand it and give it one more coat of shine. But anyway, the lid is perfect though. So yesterday I was sitting in my craft room and I thought, you know, I really want to fix that up. And I have some of my mother's ashes, and I thought, wouldn't that be a beautiful box to alter a little bit and have to put Mom's ashes in. Jeff is actually in the process of trying to make me a box, but until that is completed, I'm thinking I might use this as my substitute for now. So really all I did to it was I added these filigree corners in a antiqued brass. Aren't they beautiful? And I added 2 rub-on decals in purples, because I love purple, and I thought my mother would really love this. So that's what I did. That's all I did to it, but I just wanted to show you guys how beautiful it turned out. I'm super excited about this box, and I think my mother will love it too. So that's what I'm going to do with it for now. I have a small amount of her ashes that will go in there, and yeah. so I wanted to show you guys how beautiful it was. I love the box in itself. Jeff did a beautiful job on it. And so I just thought I'd show you guys. I may have shown it to you when he first made it, you know, with nothing on it. But since I had done that yesterday, I just did it kind of on a whim, honestly. I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to do something with that box, and I'm going to pretty it up. And so that's what I did. So, okay, I'm going to read an inspirational quote real quick, but don't forget those thumbs ups, you guys. I need those. I need my channel to grow, and every time you guys have shown me the love, I'm telling you, I get way more views on my videos, and YouTube is putting me in front of more people. So please, please, please give me those thumbs ups and those comments. I really, really appreciate them, and I do respond to every comment when I do receive them. So I may not be the same day, but within a couple of days, I will respond to every comment that is made on my channel. So if you have questions or anything like that, I'm happy to answer them. And if I don't have an answer, I'll try to find one. So anyway, here's our quote for the day. Sometimes your joy is the source of your smile, but sometimes your smile can be the source of your joy. I find that to be extremely true, because if I set out on any given day and I set out smiling and thinking, okay, this is going to be a great day, and I feel positive and put that energy out, and I smile at everybody I see or meet, my day always goes better. Always, always goes better. So I thought that was a great quote, so I wanted to share that with you guys. So anyway, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start on the lid. And what I have here is I have a little white applique, and this is going to go down first, right on top, just like that. I thought that would be a good start. So we're just going to go ahead. We're going to get going on this, you guys, and we're going to start gluing this little applique down. And I'm going to make sure I put plenty, but not too much, because we don't want ooze. So you guys try. You don't have to use a ton of hot glue when you're doing stuff like this. I think some people tend to over glue because they think if they don't, it won't hold. But really, on something like this, you don't want to use too much glue because it becomes very thick, and I don't know, it just doesn't, it oozes, and you end up with glue sticking up in between everything, and it just doesn't look the same. So this one hangs over just a little bit. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I may just cut it off right here at these leaves, or I may leave it hanging over. So for now, I'm going to leave it there, and I'm not going to do anything with it. So let's glue that one down a little bit better. Okay, so first piece down. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start positioning the flowers, and this one here is definitely going to go right here in the center. And these are some flowers that I got from my friend Sherry. She knew I was in desperate need of some new paper flowers because my source is kind of dry right now, so she decided to help me out because she had some of these flowers to share, and so she shared them with me. And then she and I are kind of going in together to purchase some more paper flowers so that we have them and we both can just kind of share. So yeah, so thank you, Sherry. I appreciate these flowers very much. I really, a lot of these are going to go towards using on my champagne flutes. That was my initial thing that I wanted to use them on. So that was why she sent these to me. But I also thought I had enough of them that I thought, you know what, I can use some of these flowers to create a beautiful, beautiful box. So that's why we're doing this today. So I think, let's see, I think I have 3 pink, 3 blue, and the rest are white flowers. So I'm going to go with this pink one over here. Not too much glue, you guys, but enough that it's going to hold down well. And remember, when you're gluing these roses down, if you have one that's kind of off, and like this one, if I was to put this one right here, put it up on its side if you need to, or when you're putting it up against these bigger flowers, put it up on its side so that it's the visibility is nice and it's kind of pointing in the right direction. So I've got a couple of my Fomarin flowers just as fillers here that Deanna gave me. I love those as little filler pieces because they're not too big and they always look nice. So now to decide. I may be covering up the flowers on the applique, but that's okay. Sherry also gave me this applique. Sherry is a wonderful human being, and she's such a blessing to me, you guys. She has done so much for me, just like Debbie over at Bird's Place, and others that have shared, you know, their gifts with me. And I feel very, very fortunate to have friends that are so willing to share their supplies, and just the kindness is unbelievable out there, you guys. There are really good people in this world that really, really care and want to help and want to be a part of your life. And, you know, these people have become very dear friends to me. And I wouldn't trade them for the world. This one, I think I'm going to put right there. Whoop, that one leaf was folded over. So we're going to go right here with this one, kind of off on its side, like I was saying. And yes, we do have a lot of flowers going in here, but I think that this calls for a lot of beautiful flowers. So we're going to go for it. And then maybe, yeah, we'll go with this pink one over to this edge over here. And that way I feel like I've kind of spread them out nicely. They are beautiful. Look at that. It doesn't get much prettier than that. And this could be turned in any direction. I think this side, honestly, is going to be the front, because I have more going into this. You guys remember, I've got all my beautiful bling. These flowers were just something, these are something that Sherry gave me, and I wasn't sure if they would go. They don't go with the other flowers, so we're going to put those aside. And then I also have some of this gorgeous, gorgeous sequined lace that, yes, Sherry sent me. And I'm going to cut a piece of this off and see, because it does go with the blue flowers nicely. And we're going to put probably more blue in this than anything, you guys. I just wanted to do something a little bit different today. And I had these 3 blue flowers that Debbie had sent me a while back, and I really wanted to use them and hadn't found that perfect item to use them in. But I thought, you know what, this might be just be that piece. But I wanted to see if maybe what I need to do is to cut just the flower out with one of the flowers that doesn't have any dangles on it. So let's cut this one out here. Let me just get it off of this main piece here. Put that aside. I love this blue. It's so beautiful. And I just adore sequins, you guys. And the more I use them, the more I love them. Because they provide that sparkle that I enjoy, and I love them. Look at how beautiful that is. But I'm thinking if I pass this sort of under there a little bit and just kind of have it off the edge. What I should have done is put it down before I put the flowers down, but I didn't, so I'll just have to make sure I glue it down well. But yeah, I think I'm going to put that right there, and I'm going to be using, ooh, I need some more glue. I didn't realize I was running that low on that stick, or I would have put it in already. Okay. So let's just lift this a little bit. Put a little glue on those 3 petals. Maybe a little bit under this one too. There we go. And doesn't that look pretty? I love it. And then I'm going to take one of these little foamerin flowers, and I think I'm going to put this one right there. I kind of already had this set up and visualized as to how I wanted it to look. So this project actually, you guys, should go fairly quickly. I don't think it's going to take us real long to get this one done. So that looks nice, just coming over the top of that just a little bit. And then I thought this one, let's see, do I want one sort of in the middle here to raise it up? Yes. I'm going to put that one right there. I always like to put something sort of in the middle to give some lift to the flowers so that they're not all just flat. I like to have some that kind of come up in the middle. I'm looking over here real quick to see if I have anything. I do have some little cherry blossom flowers and maybe a couple of pink flowers here. Oh, and I also have some, like something like this to kind of pop in the middle there. I like that one there. Or I could use a cherry blossom. I don't use the cherry blossoms all that often, but they are nice as just sort of a different look. That actually looks really nice in there, and it's a little paler than this. I think I'm going to go with the cherry blossom on this one, right there. And it sticks up even a little bit higher. And then maybe, whoops. Maybe I should use another cherry blossom. Right there, or maybe over here. Oh, it looks good right there. So it's going to turn out to be almost on the top, almost equally blue and pink. Yeah, that looks really nice. I don't think I need that one. And what did I say I was going to do? Oh, I have, if I can figure out where I sat them yesterday, I think they're in my box over here, I hope. I don't know if I should be using these really, but if I use just a couple, I think it'll be okay. I have a couple of these beautiful, beautiful rose buds. And so maybe if I put a few of these at least off to one side a little bit, maybe that would be a pretty addition, sort of like that. And I do have 4 of them here. I think I'm going to grab one more of the tiny ones. If I have one, here we go. And I want to put it sort of in the center there. I think that goes nicer. That 5th one is what we need. And let me get my pliers, and I'm going to twist this really well. So I'm just going to take my pliers and I'm going to twist the flowers around because I want them to stay together. So if I do that, that helps them to stick together and not come apart when I clip them. So I'm just going to take it and clip it about a 1/2 inch down. I don't want it too long because I want to be able to get it under these other flowers over here. I just have to decide exactly where I want them to go and under what section. They look real pretty coming out there. I don't want them to hang over the edge. Yeah, I think I like them right here. Is that where I said? Yeah, I think I like them coming out right there. I know it's not on an end. It would either be there or over on this end. So I wish you guys could really yell at me right now and tell me what you think, or do I need 2 of them? That's my gut tells me I need 2. So let's see what happens here. I've got some more, so hopefully, I think I'm getting some more rosebuds. I'm not sure. If I don't, then I'm just going to have to break down and buy some probably on Amazon or something. Something like that. So that I can have some more for my my glasses and things, because I'm going to do some more champagne flutes. I want to do at least 2 more. I want to do a 50th anniversary set and a 25th anniversary. So 1 in silver and 1 in gold. And again, at about 1/2 inch down, we're going to snip that. And look at how beautiful that looks. So I think this one, I need to snip it just a little bit more because it's just a little too long. I just don't like to snip too much off because then they end up coming apart. And put that one right there. And that made a huge, huge difference, you guys. Huge. So let me see. I want it like that. So we're going to put glue right down through there. Oh, see, that's what I was trying not to have happen. And it did. So let me get this in there real quick and get them together. There we go. Whew. All right, so there's that one. Now I'm just gonna squeeze some glue under these, just like that. I'm not gonna move that one. Just like that. There. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Isn't that beautiful, you guys? So far, so good. I'm excited. And then I wonder, I kind of feel like, I think I need to put one of these on the other side. Let me see if I have another one that I can cut off from the top half. See, I've got all these beautiful, beautiful flowers to choose from. And this one is like this flower and this one. I'm wondering if maybe I should go with a different look. Like this one has more gold around the outside and just the blue center. Let's see. Yeah, you know, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with, let's see, where do I have one closer to the end here? Right here. We're going to cut this one out. Okay, let me just cut the mesh off of here. I hope everybody's having a great day. I am not having to work today, so here I am creating and trying to make the best of a very, very hot day. I had to go to the dentist this morning. You guys, I recently had work done on my mouth. I had to have a tooth pulled and a bone graft done last week, and it was a nightmare. I will never, ever, ever go to this dentist again. She gave me nothing for the pain after the initial procedure, and unfortunately I did not realize that this dentist was evidently new at what she's doing, because she had not yet filed her paperwork with the state to be able to prescribe certain medications. Now, the unfortunate part for me is I had a surgery years ago that prevents me from being able to take some medications like ibuprofen and things like that, aspirin, anything related that way. And then Tylenol doesn't help me a single bit. So Tylenol was out of the question. Don't prescribe Tylenol with codeine to me when I can't take it. I'm not going to pay for something I'm not going to be able to take. And then, so I told her I needed something that was going to help with the pain, because I knew I was going to be in a lot of pain afterwards, because I'd had it done before on the other side of my mouth. But when I had it done the first time, I actually went to an oral surgeon, and he was able to prescribe what I needed to get by for a few days after the surgery. So, unfortunately, she was unable to do that for me, and it was very, very frustrating. I have to tell you guys, I was so upset because I told her before she did the procedure that I was not comfortable with the feeling that she was not going to be able to prescribe something that would help me with my pain. And she assured me before the procedure that she would be able to get me something that would help. And then after the procedure, and after I left the office and was waiting to hear, you know, that my prescription had been called in, I got a call from their office saying, "We're so sorry, but the doctor hasn't filed her paperwork and she can't prescribe those medications. So we are unable to help you." You guys, I was livid. I literally hung up on the assistant that called me, the office girl that called me, because I was so upset, which was not the right thing to do. It wasn't her fault. But I was just really upset because I was in a great deal of pain. And I knew that I was going to go through the next few days suffering through what was going to be not a fun process. So anyway, so that's exactly what I did. In fact, I'll be honest with you, you guys, I took a leave, which I'm not supposed to take, just because I couldn't take the pain. And I am not supposed to take it, not only because of my stomach, but because I'm allergic to it. So I prayed that my lips wouldn't swell up like balloons and kept my fingers crossed, and I got through it. My lips didn't swell up. If I had had to take it for a long period of time, that's exactly what would have happened. But I guess since I only took it for a couple of days, it didn't have that effect. So I got through it. Anyway, so I went in today because I was supposed to have the stitches removed. Well, the stitches had fallen out Friday night, so I really didn't need to go back, but I did just in case, because I thought about it. I thought about not going today, and I thought no, because if for any reason something goes awry with that bone graft, I wanted to be able to say I went to all of my appointments and did what I was supposed to do, so that there wouldn't be any problems if I had a complaint to file or what have you. So, yeah. So I went in and got my stitches out. And I think I'm going to be fine. My mouth is not hurting anymore, so I think I'm okay. But just deeply frustrated that she did me that way. So anyway, needless to say, I will never go back to that dentist again. I hope I don't ever have to see her again, because I don't know how I would handle that. So anyway, it's been a rough couple of weeks, let me tell you. First, the pain of the tooth being in pain to begin with and needing the procedure, and then going through the pain after the procedure. It was a solid week of just excruciating pain. It was terrible. But you know what? I had to think about it, and I had to think, you know what? I know people who suffer from a great deal of pain on a daily basis, and they don't ever complain. And why am I complaining over a week's worth of tooth pain when I know what they go through every day? So, yeah. How silly is that? That's not too cool. So, anyway, I took out this trim that I'm playing with right now. I'm just trying to cut off some of the extra little strings and things that are on here, because I think this trim is going to be super pretty. And it's got this one little black string between each section. This is some that I got from Debbie over at Bird's Place. And she used to always have some really interesting laces and things. And I love this lace. But you know, I've had this piece for probably a good year, and I haven't used it on anything because it had black in it. I don't do much in black, and then I looked at it on this, and I didn't think it was going to work, but when I put it up to it, I thought, you know what? That actually looks really pretty. So we're going to go for it, you guys, and we're going to use this lace today. It was between this and this pink lace, which is very pretty too. I'll show you both of them. But I really liked the way this one sort of popped when I put it up on the tin. So that's why I chose it. We're going to go a little bit bold today. And we're going with the blues more so than the other colors. So I thought, okay, I want my trim to be in blue. So this is what I had. And this is, I love this trim so much. It's so beautiful. And it looks beautiful on this tin. So, okay. And then I also have this little bow that I made, one of my little lace bows. It's a 3-loop bow, and I just added a couple of rosebuds and a little section of my pearls from my pearl trim. But this was already pre-made, and I decided to use it on this project. So I was looking at this flower because this one's really very pretty. It's kind of like a wedding-ish flower. But I was wondering if it might be pretty going in here somewhere. But you know what? It kind of doesn't go with the rest of the flowers. And I think we've got enough flowers in there. Right? Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to finish embellishing the top. And I took out some different embellishments. These are some of the bling bits that I got from Sherry in my last package. They are gorgeous. Now this blue, I'm it's got this kind of a blue in it, and then it's got the light blue in it, depending on which way you kind of turn the piece. So it's very pretty, but I wasn't sure that it really goes with the blue in there. I think it does. But then I've got this, which is an AB rhinestone, and absolutely gorgeous. So I thought, I'll cut one of the pieces of that off and use it, and look at that. I mean, it just, that can't be beat. I've also got an AB butterfly that would be gorgeous, and I've had this forever. This is one that I think Sherry sent me. She sent me some different colors of these, and this is one of those, and I want to say she had sent me a blue one at the time, but I don't know if I used that one or what, but that would be pretty, kind of stuck between the flowers somewhere. But then I had this, and this is more of an antique-y piece, and these are just some bits that were probably, I'm going to say maybe a bracelet or something at one time. And this is actually quite pretty, and it's got the right color of blue in it. The only thing that I was questioning on this one is it too antique-y? And does it bring down the brightness of the box? So, I don't know, you guys. I don't know what to do. And then I've got pink. I could go pink because we do have enough pink in here, and I could use pink accents. So that would be pretty as well. Or maybe just a pink one and a blue one. That would work. I got this little pink one. You know, we could pop that in somewhere. Like in, I don't know. I don't care for that one too much. I mean, I like this one, but not on this. And then I also have some of my gold and white acrylic roses, and I thought about maybe putting a couple of these in somewhere. These are the ones that my friend Robin sent me, and they would actually look pretty just kind of popped in there in a couple of spots. So I might, after I get my bling on, I might use those. And then I have this pearl and rhinestone bit, and I mean, that could go in just about anywhere. That looks very pretty just right there on top. So it would be kind of between the flowers here, and that does look very pretty. Or maybe going more underneath some of the flowers, like right here. That looks really pretty right there. It's a good spot for it. But first and foremost, what we're going to do is we are going to nip one of these off. And this is on that mesh chain. I'm going to see if I can't kind of roll it a little bit and get that chain off of the back. This is what I usually do with these kinds of embellishments. I try to get that chain off of there. So that would also look very pretty right there. Oh, I think that's probably a definite. Let's nip this one off. I'm not going to use up all my great bling on this, you guys. I don't want to use it all on one piece. I've got another box sitting, actually a couple of boxes here that I want to do. And I want to be able to use some of this stuff on them. I want to get them done. And here's what I want you guys to tell me. Do you guys think, like, this is a small box. I wouldn't be putting a lot in it, but if I put, it would be a little more expensive, but I'll put a few, if I put a few embellishments in it to call it one of my embellishment kits. so that whoever purchases it might have a few little bits and pieces, maybe a couple of my handmade roses and a couple pieces of bling that I've got laying around or what have you, and some, you know, maybe some lace trim and things like that. This is kind of pretty too. So let me know what you guys think. Should I make it into an embellishment box? I'm just testing this little disc piece. I don't think that's going to work. Or should I just sell the box? They tend to sell better when I make them into embellishment boxes. There's something about those embellishment boxes that people really, really enjoy. And I enjoy making them, honestly. I do enjoy that. And if I do turn it into an embellishment box, I will certainly show you guys on the channel first in one of my videos before I put it up for sale, so that my subscribers have a chance first at getting to some of that. So that's what that looks like. Or let's pull this one out, drop that one in, or we could go like that. I do like having that blue there because it kind of pulls the blue together, or maybe put the blue over here with the blue and white flowers, and then put the pink over here. Or we could go with this one over here. I mean, I could take and use both blue ones in this, and technically that's probably what I should do, but I don't want to use it because I don't have any more, and I love this blue. I just love it. It's so beautiful. I mean, I have other colors and stuff, but this blue really does go beautifully with this box, doesn't it? Or you know what? You know what would work? Maybe if I do use this over here, leave that there, and go with my little pearl and rhinestone piece on this side. I think that's what I'm going to do. I actually like that little pearl and rhinestone piece. So that's what we're going to do, you guys. We're going to put this one, let me look at it real quick. I want to see which one should go where. So I'm going to look at the top real quick, get a better view. That way, and put that in there. I think I actually like that better. And I'm going to, very quickly, I'm going to nip one of these off. Okay, so I've got this. I'm going to put that right there. And actually, that does look pretty there. Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to put that right there, just coming off the edge. That looks amazing. That looks really good there. So we're just going to pop that one in right there. And again, let me look at this over here. I think I'm going to put this one over here. And I'm putting a decent amount of hot glue on this one. These paper roses are so beautiful. I got very sad when I didn't have any more of those coming from Bird's Place. It really was a hard day for me. I mean, mostly because I don't have as much interaction with Debbie anymore. Not because I don't want to. We still talk and we text and stuff, but she's gone through some real health problems recently, and I just feel terrible that she's had to deal with the things that she's been dealing with. And I miss her. I miss her a lot. So and I don't just miss her because of the stuff. I could care less about the stuff that I was getting, honestly. I'd rather have my friend, you know. And Debbie has been extremely good to me over these years of having my channel and everything. She has been amazing to me, and she's done so much for my channel. I'm just looking to see if I can find another spot that maybe this should be placed in, because it really actually does work pretty well in this. It looks pretty there. I'm going to put that right there. Get it under those flowers. There we go. And then, let's see. I also want to put my bow in there, so I need to find a spot. I kind of feel like that might be a good spot to put it in. But then I feel like I'm covering up my little pretty little flower, but it's not. It actually sort of pops out there. If I pop it in there like that. It's just a small bow, but I wanted something to go in here. Sometimes I like to pop my bows kind of coming out the center, and so we are going to look at that as a possibility. I don't want to cover my flowers up too much. Or maybe off to this side. Oh, I like it off to the side right there. Sometimes you just know the minute you set something down in a certain spot, you just know that's where it needs to be. So it's going to go right in the center of those flowers there, and that way it's not covering up anything. All of the flowers are still visible. And the bow is also visible. There, I like that right there. Isn't that pretty? Okay, and then I think we're probably blinged up enough, but of course, this is me we're talking about. Maybe to put a couple of my little flowers here would be a good idea. No, I don't think it's helping anything or doing anything to make it any more special. It just kind of feels out of place, so we're not going to do that. I do have, however, this beautiful butterfly, and while it's not necessarily in pinks or blues, I think it would be gorgeous in this box. So if this is the front, let's see, where would I want to put that butterfly? I don't know. I don't think I think I'd have to cover too much up by using it. Because it really needs to go somewhere sort of in the center, in the top center. And that does look very pretty right there, just kind of sticking up. Oh, I don't know. Or I could take my pretty blingy butterfly and use her to come out from between the flowers. I need to be able to push it in there enough. So that's what that looks like. That's beautiful. Oh, look at those. Those are still not really glued down well. There we go. Those are. So do you think I need to put one of these on this end too? It finishes it right off. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my word, yes, that has to go there. So let's get a good amount of glue under there and just press it down in. There we go. So there we go. There is the top. I wish I had another couple of little blue flowers. Oh, look what I found. Because I feel like I need a lift, a little bit more of a lift at the top. I feel like I'm missing something. And those two blue flowers look really nice together. Yes, we're going to put that in there. I just feel like it's missing something right there. And I did not realize I had two more of those flowers there. So we're going to pop that right in there and look. Isn't that gorgeous? I think that finished off the top. Okay, so now we can put all of these aside. I have this little angel here that my friend Kareth made. And I was thinking she might be pretty on here somewhere too. But I know I can't put her in the top. I mean, I could, but I think she's too big. And I don't know where my other ones are, I'm sorry to say. My husband and grandson, they're putting a pool, an above ground pool in the backyard at their house. And so my husband's helping them. So they've been grading the dirt and everything, getting it ready, and they got to pour sand and do all that stuff. So my grandson says, "Look what we've done." You guys are a couple of men. Great job. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, and now this, I just don't like that hanging over there, so I'm going to snip it off right there. It's bothering me. I do have this heart as well, and I'm going to pop this in somewhere, I think. If I can find a good spot to pop it in at. Maybe this would be good sticking up somewhere. It's just a little basic heart, maybe by the bow or behind the bow. I don't know. I'm not thrilled. So, okay. Okay. Gotta send back an I love you to your grandson when he says I love you, Grandma. They're kind of bummed that I'm not there today, but I couldn't go. I had to go to the dentist, and I had to stay home with my dog. I'm allowed to go to the dentist. That's okay, because it only takes a short time. But I can't leave her for too long because I can't leave her outside in the heat. It's just not in my nature to do that to my dog. So, okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to pop the lid off for just a minute, and we're going to start putting our trim on. You can see we've got a little dent in the back of this. That's okay. It's an antique tin, see? So it's dented in a little bit. Who cares, right? Let me see exactly where I want this to go, though. We're going to absolutely cover up that dent for sure. I don't know if I want it to go towards the top like that, or do I want it in the middle? I think I kind of like it sort of almost in the middle, like that. Although it does look good from the top. Oh, it's probably... I was also thinking, let me show you guys. I was also thinking about possibly using some of this to go around the top like that, and then have this coming out below that. And that looks very pretty. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So maybe we'll go ahead and we'll start with this first. So let's change of course. We're going to get our E6000 out. And I know I'm going to have to puncture this because I left the cap off the other day. So, my bad. I came back in here and I realized I had left it out or open overnight. So, not too smart. But, C6000, if you just puncture it again, it'll be just fine. So, I'm going to get this whole side with some glue here, and while that's oozing we'll get this piece on, and then we're just going to start going around. Just like this. And I'm going to try not to mess up the back side while I go around to the front. Okay, so here's what I want to do. I want to go across the entire front of this in one fell swoop. So let's just get our glue going on there. Holly, you're not supposed to be in here, puppy. My puppy knows it's lunchtime, so she's coming in here to tell me. Oh, look at, she just laid down. What a good girl. What a good girl, Holly. I wish I could show you to my friends, but I can't, because she would get up here and destroy my whole table. She's just the sweetest thing, you guys. I just love this puppy so much. I think I told you guys already the other day, she is 8 months old now and weighs 75 pounds, you guys. So she's a big girl and a pretty girl. So pretty. She's got these funny silver bits of hair now. I think I'm going to go to that one right there. Her hair, she's got this silver hair growing out from certain areas, like on her back legs. Oh my goodness, this doesn't want to cut. On her back legs and in some other spots around her body. And it's the funniest markings that she's got, but we're just kind of waiting to see what the end result is going to be as far as her coat, because we're just not sure. There's places where she looks like she's got the chocolate color, and other places or other lights where she looks jet black. So her fur is really interesting. It's very shiny. She's got a beautiful, beautiful shiny coat. And she's a perfect angel. Well, she's not perfect, but as perfect as she needs to be for me, because she's just the sweetest, most loving dog I've ever had. Even more than my little Chloe, which she was my little lap partner for many, many years, but she wasn't as affectionate as this one is. Holly is just the most affectionate little thing ever. And she loves hard. So I know she's over here behind me, noticing that I'm not watching her. And she's sniffing around for things that she can get a hold of. And the thing that scares me is that if she was to get a hold of something that is unsafe for her, I would feel horrible. Sorry, you guys, I'm just cleaning off my E6000 tube real quick. And I need to wipe this off of my mat here and down here. And what did I do with my lid? Oh no, don't tell me. I don't know where I put my lid, you guys. Ah, gosh. Where are you? I should have put it right here. What did I do? Hold on, you guys. Okay, found it. All right, so here is... got some glue right there. I'll get that rubbed off. Okay, so... this is the front. No, this is the back. Or is this the front? Oh, this is the front. So, that's okay. It doesn't matter because this lid will go this way because the dent is on this side. And I want that to be the back for sure. Even though I'm covering it up, I still want that side to be the back. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to use hot glue to put this on. Okay, move, baby, so I don't run over your feet. You are such a good girl. She is just waiting patiently for her lunch. Oh my goodness. So I'm just going to start. Let me make sure I've got this going on the right way. Yep, it goes that way. That's the back. That's the front. Okay, so we're just going to go along here. Just like that. And start You know what? I don't know why I left that little piece on there. And you want to know why I get glue on my scissors? That's why. Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I hear my dog munching on something. So, she managed to find something to chew on. Probably a piece of lace or something. Holly, don't be eating anything. Come here. Let me see your mouth. Don't be chewing on anything or I'll have to make you go out. I don't want to make you go out. I like having you here with me. Yes, I do. I like having you here with me. Out of the trash. No, no trash. Okay, you guys, let's do this. We don't need that on there. Hey, sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. And we're just going to go like this. Much easier for me to do it this way. And keep control over it. Holly, out of the trash, honey. Out of the trash. Sit down. I'm so sorry, you guys. I just don't have the heart to make her leave because she's not being that bad. Holly, no, no. But she's going to start, I can tell. She's going to start getting into stuff. And in fact, she's walking away from me now, so my guess is she may have something in her mouth that she's going to try and take outside. If she gets a hold of a little tiny piece of lace or something, no big deal. But if she gets a hold of something unsafe or unhealthy for her, then I am concerned. I'm just heating this up a little bit to make sure that sticks down. Okay. Now, let's see, where are we going to cut this? Oh, look at that. It goes right down to the exact right location, which is the end of this particular scallop. Okay, I'm going to start doing this on the roses again because it seems to not cure quite so fast if I do it this way. Gives me a little bit of time to get around, and now my dog is crunching on something. Holly, no. Hold on, guys, I gotta let her out. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take and add just the tiniest little dot of glue there on each one of these scallops, right there, to make sure that those stay down because we don't want them flopping haphazardly. So it always helps to glue things like this down just a little bit to make sure they stay in place and don't get torn off. There. Okay, so we've got those all glued down. Now, my question is, hold on, let me get my dog out. Okay, I'm going to take and use some of these flat back pearls here, and we are going to put them in between each of these scallops. So, I don't know if this will pick these up or not because they're so big. Probably not. I should be able to pick those up with my fingers though. So, we are going to use our E6000. And we're just going to go between each scallop right at the center like that. And this one's a little different because it's the edge that we had to put together. Whoops, why did I just do that? That was not cute. I got it off. Okay. Whew. There we go. Okay. The E6000 started oozing really, really fast and it caught me off guard. So let's put the lid back on here. We'll get these ones on and then we'll work our way around. So I'm gonna go right there. And these should start to, the glue, the E6000 does start to cure fairly quickly, so this should be just fine. I think I'm gonna just set it up like this and go the rest of the way around. I was thinking about using the little golden white flowers, but I didn't have quite enough of them to go around the whole thing. So I was trying to figure out, okay, what could I use? Well, I had already taken out these flat back pearls because I wanted to use some in here somewhere. And I had forgotten I had them sitting to the side here. So I thought, okay, there we go. And these are plain and simple, yet elegant. And I think they make a pretty big difference in the look, the overall look of the edges of this box. So we need one right here. We need to get that drip off of there. And okay, so that looks really, really pretty. See how that turned out? Isn't that gorgeous, you guys? Oh my gosh, I'm so thrilled with this box. I can't even tell you. So I will let you guys know for sure if I do decide to put embellishment items in this. I think it'd be fun to add a few little things, maybe a few little card tags or things that you can use in a couple of crafting things. Maybe not a ton of stuff, but just a couple of things that would be nice to have. And I think it'd be nice. So that's that. I'm wondering here, I've got more of these flat back pearls. I'm wondering if I should put, no, I don't want to cover up those little roses, but I'm wondering if I should go down here at the bottom, either with some of our trim here and go around it one more time at the bottom with this pearl trim, because that sort of does, here we'll do this, it sort of does kind of finish it off. Isn't that pretty? So we've got that. Don't you think we need that around the bottom? I think we do. So this pearl trim came from my friend Robin. She sent it to me in one of her many packages. So thank you, Robin. All right, so we're just going to go ahead again with the E6000. Let's see, where is the back and where is the front on this? Gosh, I don't even know if I can tell. Not there. Okay, so this is the back side. So I can tell with that and that. So we're going to start on this side. And do quite a bit of this at one time. And I'm just going to go right along the bottom of the tin here. And you can see my shaky hands at work. They're not too bad today, but I do get shaky sometimes. Put our lid on and lay this down right across the bottom and just go along the bottom, making sure that it's not going over the edge, because if it's over the edge, then it's going to have more risk of getting irritated over time and coming loose, and we don't want that to happen. Now it's E6000, so it should dry very, very, very securely, and we shouldn't have any trouble with this ever coming apart or coming off of here. I'm going to go in between these a little bit and sort of whisk out some of that E6000 that's right there at the bottom. It's not too bad, just a little bit. And there's none on that side, so there we go. But here's the deal. I feel like I have a little spot right there. There we go. I slid it down just a little bit because I had a little spot that the paint wasn't covering right there. And there we go. I think that's because I probably scratched it at some point. Okay, let's see how easily we can get around the rest of this without making a mess. Let me get my glue opened up here. This is hard sometimes when you're working on something like this that you've got to hold on to. And yet you've got to close up your bottle of E6000 because otherwise it's gonna make a mess and ooze all over the place. And the thing of it is what I need to do is take my little toothpick, and where I see that maybe I have a bit too much E6000, maybe sort of glide my toothpick down across that bottom edge and remove any excess that I might have on there. And now we'll make that go around and we won't have any problem with any oozing from here. Let me get it to this side. We're going to chop it right there. And press it down. Make sure that it's all not getting scrunched up and lifting anywhere. And I'm just kind of smoothing it all the way around. pressing it down. Guys, this is so beautiful. Oh my word, I am so thrilled. Just a simple little tin. I wish I could tell you the name of the store that I work at so that you could go there and see if they have any of those cookie tins, because I know you guys are going to want to do an oval tin after this. Oh my word, I'm going to find some more oval cookie tins. Okay, I feel really, really excited about this. This is good, you guys. So this is the front, and that's the back. I'm going to set it down. It almost looks like a beautiful cake. It really does. Okay, and here we have our lid. I already covered it in stuff. Okay, so which way does this go? This goes this way. This lid is actually quite heavy. And that's what you get when you find something that's antique. They really made stuff much, much better back in the day. I know these kids think that things are made so well these days. Boy, are they sadly mistaken. They're not getting quality anything anymore. Okay, and now here's one other thing I'm going to do. I want to take some of my flat back pearls, and I am going to add a few around. Here's my container. I want to add a few in here, just in a couple of spaces. So I'm just going to take my E6000 and just add a little dollop here and there. And I think I will sort of remember where I put it, because I'm putting it in my sort of obvious places. Like inside corners and stuff. I mean, I know that's a pearl trim item, but I don't care. I still want more pearls. Okay. So we're going to do that for now. We'll see how this goes. I don't want the big, huge ones. I want sort of medium-sized ones, but we can use different sizes here. We don't have to use all the same size pearls. So we've got all these different sizes here. The only ones I probably won't use are the big, big, huge ones. And then if I need more, I'll decide after I've kind of put these on if I need any more of them. I think. Nope, I didn't put any glue there. Where did I put it? Put some there. I'm going to put a little small one next to that one. And a fairly small one there. And an even smaller one. right there. Okay. I hope this isn't, oh, I'm sorry, Abby. I hope this isn't taking too long for you guys. I might use a nice big one right there, just for the heck of it. And maybe right there. And we're going to use a nice big one back here because we have sort of a big blank space there. And I did put some right, whoops, there. I can't get this little pearl to come out of my fingernail. Put one right there. And let's see. I love pearls. I love, love, love pearls. And I'm going to put a tiny one right there. And definitely need one there. Okay, and I do feel like I need a little one there. Okay. I think I did put some glue in there already. I'm just now seeing that little hole right there. Okay, and then I think I'm going to do the same thing sort of back here and add a couple of extra little pearls. That one. And that one. That, and we need one more back in here. going to put 2 little tiny pearls. Now, I would have served myself better had I put this E6000 in a cup and just added with a toothpick, because I would get much less E6000 on there, but I'm not doing too bad. It's not oozing too bad like the tubes usually do, so I don't feel like I have a mess. It looks really, really nice, you guys. Okay, one right there. And gotta find the teeny tinies here. This one I think is gonna need to be a bigger one, just to make it look right. Okay, I feel excited about this. Let's do this. One more spot right over here. And I'm going to put that one and a teeny tiny. Okay. There we have it, you guys. Let's see. I'm going to look at this little angel here and see. This is what she would look like on the side of this. Let's see. This is about center. She really would need to go right about there. What do you guys think? Do you think there's on, off, on? Or the other thing that I can do, and I did find my pink. Where did she go? Where did she go? Found my pink butterfly. I've got these pretty pink rhinestone-y things too. And look at this one. Let's see, where did she go? Did I take her out? No. Oh, look at this. Look at this, you guys. Is that not gorgeous? That's a little bit big for this box, but I am going to be using that. I have this box right here that I'm going to be doing that this would be great for. And this is just one of those cardboard boxes. I painted it and it's going to get embellished. I've got that, and I've got some round ones, and I've got so many that I'm looking to complete. Because I gotta be honest with you guys, my boxes probably sell about the best of anything in my shop. It's the one thing that people always are interested in having, and they enjoy working with them and playing with them and creating memory boxes and things like that. So I'm just going to make several of them, and that way they'll be available to you guys if you want them. Oh, that goes good right there. I'm just going to drop a bit of glue in there. Sometimes I just love a plain, simple rhinestone piece to put into something like this. And that looks really nice in there. So it's going in. There we go. And that way I've added some additional pink to this. This would have been pretty kind of coming out of somewhere too. Like that. My word, this box is beautiful, you guys. I'm gonna have to price this one up there. But whatever I price it at, it's gonna be well worth it. There we go. It's done. Done. Fini. I am not going to do a single other thing to this box. It doesn't need another thing done to it. Look at that, you guys. She is gorgeous. Oh, except maybe the angel. And I really do think this angel makes all the difference in the world. She's a special angel that came from a beautiful, beautiful friend. And I think this box is extremely deserving of that beautiful, beautiful angel. And she is going on, you guys. I think I have avoided using the angels that Kareth made for me because I don't want to let them go. I love all of them. Now, at least I have picked out one or two that are staying with me and that will go in a couple of pieces of mine that I will be keeping, because for me, it's always special when I get something handmade from a friend. And I like to always try and keep something, if it's handmade stuff, for something that I want to keep for myself, because those items are always so special to me. So there we go. The angel is in there. Isn't she beautiful? She's just gorgeous, you guys. Kareth makes the most beautiful angels. And how much better can it get than a handmade little piece that, oh, I got to be careful. I'm pushing my pearls around and pushing them off. I don't know where I pushed this one off from. Maybe right there. I don't know. Let me just make sure I didn't push it off the side. No, those are all still on there. Those should be pretty secure by now. Oh, I see where that one came from. It's these ones on the top that I just put on that are, I'm not paying attention and I'm pushing them off. Okay, there we go, you guys. We've got it done. It's beautiful, and it doesn't get any better than that, you guys. That is the most gorgeous box. And I'm going to say well within one of the very best boxes I've ever made. So I am super, super proud of this one and happy and excited that it came out so beautiful. And I hope you guys like it too. So that's the end of this project, you guys. Make sure that you like this video. Make a comment. Let me know. Do you want to see some more of these? I am happy to make them, you guys. If that's what you want, I am so happy to make these boxes. It's, like I said, always been one of my favorite things to do, to make shabby chic items. And oh my gosh, you guys. I know it's in pinks and blues. And I don't have a problem, one, with that. And I know there's a lot of you that will not have a problem with that either. As long as you're willing to let your brain go to a place where you can combine colors and patterns and things like that, then you've got a very creative mind, and you can go places where some people, and it's okay to be, you know, a person that likes to see things all in the same color, because I like that too. But this time I wanted to go outside of my box and make something different. And this box is absolutely different than any of the other ones that I have made. Look at that beauty. It's gorgeous, you guys. So let me just dive in here just a little bit and get right up on this pretty thing. Right there. Look at that. You guys. Oh my word. Should I put, the only thing I ask is, should I put some glass glitter on those flowers at the top, or should I leave it? Isn't it sparkly enough without it? Look at that. Oh my gosh. So, so, so pretty. So that is all of that beautiful bling and sparkle and shine and all of those embellishments. And you know what? I usually don't like to use up a ton of embellishments on one project, but I don't mind that I did on this one because she is worth it, and she's pretty heavy. I mean, not heavy, but she's pretty heavy. This is for such a small box, it's pretty heavy for being a tin. So anyway, you guys, that is it. That is our project for the day. God bless each and every one of you. Oh, let me show you real quick, you guys. I'm going to back off for just a second. My husband did make these yesterday, so I wanted to let you guys know that I've got some of the wooden crosses that are going back in my shop. He's made 2 for now. He made this one and this one. Now the stars are a little bit different on each one of these, and these are a little bit bigger on that one, a little bit smaller on this one. But look at these beauties, you guys. He really does an amazing job on these crosses. Now when you order them, I'm gonna put, you know, however many of them I have. The stars that you get will depend on what we have in stock. So but they're all equally as beautiful, so it really doesn't matter. But they are burned, stained, and hand created by my husband, and he does amazing work on these crosses. There will be a hanger on the back side of this so that it can be hung on the wall. So these crosses measure, let's see, I have a ruler here. I know it's longer than this. There's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 inches long by 11 inches across. So it's a decent sized cross. So anyway, you guys, I wanted to show you guys that and let you know that I'm putting these into my Etsy shop. I've had them in there before and they sold out. So I'm adding some more new ones to the shop. He's also wanting to do a craft fair or a bazaar just out here in the neighborhood. Since it's summertime, we do get a lot of yard sale traffic people, but the problem is when you do that, sometimes they think they're going to get a yard sale price, and they won't. But these crosses are going in the shop for $30 plus shipping. So just so you guys know, they will be $30 plus shipping, whatever that's going to be. I'm going to say probably around the $12.95 mark, $13, somewhere around there for the shipping. And if I choose to use that price, sometimes I end up paying a little bit more for shipping, but I don't mind doing that if that's the way it turns out. So I won't, of course, I won't increase the shipping based on that. So I'll figure out what the shipping's going to be, and it will be in my listing, and it will be a set price. So anyway, $30 plus shipping. So I hope you guys like those. I know I do. I love them. I think they're just gorgeous. And you know, I need to have him make sure that we set aside one of these, because I don't have one of these in my house and I do want one. So I have a cross wall, you guys. I love my cross wall, and he has made some of the most gorgeous crosses for me. And so I've been wanting him to make some more and get them in my shop. I've got some that are just like incredibly crazy, beautiful crosses. And I should probably show you guys those crosses, because I know you guys would really love them. I've showed them in previous videos, but it's been a long time since he made those. So maybe I should put some in another video and show you guys. So anyway, again, God bless you all. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. Be well. Love your family. Tell them you love them all the time. You guys are all amazing. And remember that. Smile as much as you can. And maybe you'll have a great day each time you start your day with smiles, because they're contagious. And be amazing, be incredible, and be yourself, most of all. And so I will see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned for pictures on the back of this one. I'm going to put some awesome pictures of this beautiful box on the back end. And yeah, so bye everybody. God bless you. Take care. Mwah. Love you all.